isn't a one-size-fits-all for almost anything in life. So don't settle for a one-size-fits-all setup. Eliminate the frustration in building with an AI-powered personalized toolkit to boost you forward to victory. Optimize your setup and improve your performance over those cookie-cutter builds used by the rest of the pack. Vantage is iRacing.com's first AI setup builder. Save your time and get back to your personal life. Vantage takes any setup for any track and adjusts it specifically to your needs. Choose from over 100 cars for any paved circuit. A custom-tailored experience that's easy to understand and tested to fit any driver style. Subscriptions as low as $8.50 per month. And for a limited time, new members get a 7-day free trial with unlimited access to all Vantage has to offer. Let Orange Speed Vantage free you of the endless loop of testing and get you back on track to victory lane. Visit orangespeedvantage.ai to get started.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the BTDY Chase for the BTDY Cup here, Martin Sports, presented by Martin Sports, live here on VSPEED for race number 15, the Sailor Tarot Magic 150 here at the short track of Richmond Raceway, 150 laps and 113 miles. And boy, oh boy, do we got a points fight for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everybody. I'm Alec Martinez, and alongside me is Bradley Cooper and Luke Buffington joining us for his second week on the broadcast. And boys, we got ourselves a good one tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Right now, Adam Cabot on the pole, and we'll take a look at our point standings before we get to the grid here. Yusuf Ghali comes in with the lead of 2,089 points, with Adam Cabot 1 point behind him. The defending champion and regular season champion Jeff Wright is in third. Ben Bafford is in fourth, and last week's winner, the Italian Stallion, has worked his way up into fifth. Only 9 points separating the top five, and then now 29 points Bailey Turner, Eric Hutton sixth and seventh. And Bradley, man, we got ourselves a good race tonight. Luke, good to have you as well. I'll go to Bradley first. What is your expectations here for tonight?
Short track racing. I mean, that's what it is. It's the best thing that I think since sliced bread. Getting these guys out here dicing around, slapping doors, in the 900 horsepower Gen 4 car. It's going to be enjoyable to watch, and I did get a chance to actually drive this thing. I've actually been on the track recently, Alec, and I can tell you this car handles really well here.
It sure does. And Luke, what are your expectations here for tonight as we got 150 laps to tackle here?
Oh, well, tell you, with the track this tight and with as tight as the point standings are, there's going to be a lot of action between these top 5 drivers tonight. Of course, Yusuf is, as he was last week, he's going to be looking to drive through the field again. But we do have, Ben is in second place. We have Adam Cabot in first. I'm taking Ben. I'm thinking with last week's performance, especially at a short track like this, it's going to be really difficult to get around him for anybody that wants to compete for first or second. And I'm thinking that I think he's going to want some kind of a vengeance for his performance last week, just barely losing that win.
Yes, it is, Bradley. As we're going through our row here with third, fourth, fifth, and all the way back down. Bradley, who's your pick for tonight's race as we go into what's the final 5 races?
Oh, buddy, I'd have to say probably Eric Hutton. I think he does really well at these short tracks, so I'm going to go with the 88.
I like that. I'm going to go with Jeff Wright. So good in the Gen 4 car as the pace truck is going to bring it down to pit lane in the starting field in the hands of Adam Cabot, and Ben Baffert will lead us to green. Green flag is out, and we're back and we're underway here from the Commonwealth state of Richmond, Virginia. Cabot and Baffert lead the field. Lap 1, followed by Baffert, Wright, Ronis, and then it's battle for 5th between AJ Stravado and Seth Hatcher, the 8 to 33, side by side off of turn 2. And in practice, this track seems to be a little bit more wide than we've seen Richmond in the past few years. And right now, there goes Wright shooting to the inside of Baffert for second as Cabot opening up about a 3-4 car length lead. Oh, Baffert passes Waller up forward.
That is another car by Baffert. That is Angelo Ronis around Baffert.
Yeah, Rona's going to get around Baffert. Then you got Stravado there behind them sitting in 5th and Hatchell 6th. Bailey Turner, maybe another guy you want to look out for here in that white, yellow with red playoff markings there in the 24. Bailey Turner, a guy who's always known for being up here at the front on short track races. I expect him to also be a factor later into this race. And we know Gen 4 cars this year, Bradley, we've seen a lot of incidents happen between these cars with how pointy the noises are, and then we see the rear bumpers, how lifted they are. It has caused a lot of issues on the short tracks.
Yeah, and it's not really driver error on that part. It's kind of a flaw in the design of the car. And so guys at short tracks are going to get into each other. It's just inevitable. As you see how tight they come off of turn 2 here, you run out of real estate really quickly. And some guys have a different braking line. That's another thing that we factor in here. This car's got so much power that in that short backstretch, they're getting up to 130, 140. They have to use the brakes here, and some guys have a different braking point. You have to predict that guy in front of you is going to brake early, and sometimes that's how they get into each other.
Yes, it is. And this track, driving it, I was never a huge fan, but tell you what, man, a lot of guys love this track, and it shows because it's got that short track feel. It's got to be easy on the brakes, got to be easy on the rear tires, easy on the right front tire especially, and then backing it up off the corner. You got to be so easy onto the gas. And right now, I'll tell you what, usually that I've always seen, whether no matter car you're racing at here, you got to paint that yellow line right now. And I tell you what, Bailey Turner's doing that better than anybody else. Maybe Jeff Wright's doing it just as well. But back around, he's struggling here. Starting second, he's starting to lose some pace here. He's been stuck on the outside. And the outside we know does burn up tires a little bit more, but hopefully with the dynamic track and as tires begin to wear, you can probably hopefully move up a little bit, although we are in the nighttime, so usually the shorter distance around the track's better. Oh, Bailey Turner almost gets himself turned. Cut up, I think Baffert's trying to tuck it in line, and then Bailey kind of missed the entrance to the corner. Now 3 wide behind him. Yeah, look at that, Massey.
They're going to continue it. They're going to carry it on through this corner.
Oh, man.
That's like the worst spot on the track to try it.
It gets loose there. Now Shelton trying to dive underneath Massey here. Mikulski's been using that outside line. And I'll tell you what, one of the things about Richmond, too, is if you're on the outside, you can pin somebody on the bottom. We know that you have to use a lot more of the tire, even being pinned on the bottom, but riding by yourself, the bottom tends to work, but that middle lane, not too bad so far. And how about Yusuf Ghali, starting the points leader right now, started 17th, and now he's worked his way up into 12th. I think Luke, he's starting to get his feet under him again like he did last week in Darlington.
He's really consistent in doing this. I don't know what's been going on with him during qualifying, but during the races, he's always a performer. I really do think he'd be a lot, I mean, even being the points leader, I really think he'd be more of a contender, maybe pulling more than a 1-point lead on him if he were able to get that qualifying down.
I think that's very
I could agree
true.
with that.
Yeah, I think we saw that last week where he was really fast at Darlington, but he just couldn't work his way up through the field in time, especially the race went green from the beginning to the end. And he still got a top 5 out of it. He just really couldn't do anything. And how about this? Jeff Wright going up to the 3rd lane. Something we haven't seen at Richmond in a while. Look at the run he gets down the front stretch, able to cross over Cabot.
Taking him
and how about that?
Inside.
I think he's going to be able to get him. Cabot, he's going to pin him down as Wright just misses that yellow line. Get those left sides on him right now. Oh, he gets really loose. Oh, my goodness, what a save. And now Cabot powers back around on the outside, but right now dives it back underneath him here. And how about Angela Rose and AJ Stravano not too far behind either as they're battling side by side for 3rd. Then Hatcher a little bit ways back in 5th. And Turner a little ways back in 6th as well. But 2 rows of side by side and right on board with him. That Atlas 17 car right up on the door here. Jeff, he's got to... being on that inside line, especially with the car on the outside, not a lot of side force going in already, symmetrical bodies, so it's a lot harder to get back on the gas, and now that outside lane powering around here, and I'm loving this multi-groove racing. We heard about dynamic track coming out two or 3 weeks ago, and this is what we were hoping to see, multi-groove racing, something we haven't really seen a lot of recently.
And the track definitely changes over time. A little less of effect here with the dynamic track because it's nighttime. So you don't have that sun casting shadows and changing the track temp dramatically. But it is still going to heat up. The surface will rubber in. You're going to have a lot of different grooves as we progress through the race. And that high side kind of looked familiar. It looked like some Iowa near that wall. And Jeff Wright's running that line right there. Looks like it's working.
It seems to be working. I know crosses over now down to the inside, comes right. And right now, can he maybe do a slide job? I know you don't really hear that much at Richmond, but I think it's possible with how wide they are into the corners. But man, Cabot utilizing that outside lane. Look at he just powers out the corner and drives right on by the 48.
I think the problem with the slide, you could probably pull it off here in 3 and 4, but if you send it so deep into 1 and 2, I think you hit the wall on the outside on the exit. I just don't think it would work.
Yeah, doing a good job so far. Cabot kind of being able to use that outside lane. And like I said, this is just a beautiful sight, something we haven't really seen in iRacing for the past 2 or 3 years. And Luke, I'll tell you what, when you're using other lines, how does that change your approach as a driver to, if you're faster, going and being able to have that extra option?
Oh, I mean, it's always great having another option, especially with a dynamic track. You know, different lines are going to warm up differently than others, and it's really great not seeing everybody in the line. We're seeing a lot more movement in terms of passing, blocking than we would otherwise. People just run it in one solid line.
I agree. It's better than the conga line, if you so will. Going 1 through 13 single files. How about this battle for 9th on the racetrack? Ray Massey, Noah Mikulski. You got Ryan Shelton at 99 white car down there. The rookie having a good season. Yusuf Ghali not too far behind them. And this field going to get more and more spread out as we go. And I know we haven't mentioned him because we didn't really go through the grid, but Dallas Sullivan up here having a decent run. And even behind him, Cody Atkins, Dennis Faircloth, that silver and black 80 car. That's always a nice scheme. Jeremiah Vincent, Chris Samard behind them, and that Sour Patch Kids car, and then Max Koss in the 63, Alan Dice in the 5, and Gary Sexton running in 20 into the last car so far in the lead lap in the 3. And always good to go through the field, the different paint schemes that are on. And for the lead, still battling Jeff Wright, Adam Cabot, really still kind of glued to each other up at the front. The question is, as AJ Stravado is running them down, are they burning up their tires running this hard with each other?
I would venture to say yes, just based off the fact that Ben Bafford is a master at saving his tires, and he's fallen all the way back to 7th. So that should put it in perspective. Whatever Ben's doing, they're doing the exact opposite.
That'd be interesting to see if Ben starts.
Oh,
pushing
wow,
it.
the high line, look at that.
Wow, look at that. Right way at the track into the marbles there. I think he actually lost time.
Well,
and I'll tell you what, man, AJ
I think
Servato's
Cabot put
been
him up
running down.
there.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff was expecting. Man, I was. We don't, like I said, I mean, we don't really ever see people running on the wall at Richmond. They happen not to, I think, earlier this year in spring race at Richmond. We saw guys going up towards the wall, but you don't really see that often here, especially these cars. I think if you're Jeff Wright, if you can get to that right rear quarter panel of the 17, I think you got a chance at him. As here he comes, another run, but he's going to have to shoot it out of the inside because Cabot's been protecting that outside lane.
And this is going to allow Stravato to shave even more time
He's
down.
there. I mean,
yeah, he's half a second. These guys are side by side out of 2. I foresee Stravato being at the rear bumper of Jeff Wright here within the lap.
Yeah, and Luke, I got to ask you, you're a man of strategy, you know the math. If you're looking at here, 100, you got 75 laps if you cut it in half here. Richmond, a lot of tire wear here. Are you going to try to cut this race in half with fuel and all that, or do you want to maybe cut it into thirds like we saw last week at Darlington, or into thirds, or maybe cut it in half?
I mean, it really depends on how you're driving it. If you're like Mr. Baffert here, you're saving your tires, you're trying to make it work, he might be trying to pull out the same strategy that Stravato used last week and split it fully in half. But if you're just driving away your tires, you may very well need these thirds. You could even go asymmetrical with your stops and just get something in quick towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
That last second boost.
Well,
yeah.
what is Bailey Turner doing right now? Let's find that out. That's that's the strategy, huh?
Oh man, Jeff almost ran into the back of Cabot here. I keep it on here for a second. That almost could have been a catastrophic incident at the 17 getting turned. But Stravato, I'll tell you what though.
Yeah,
these guys have
Stravato
caught
pulled
up
the
to
same
leaders.
He pulled the same strategy there last week and won the race with it. So
he did. I'm curious to see what Bailey Turner is doing though, because these top 2 have fallen back to the clutches of the field here, and Wright doing a good job here, but I feel like these guys are burning up their tires here. Racing so hard, you can see Jeff, he's sliding off the corner.
he's been trying to pass the 17 for about 12 laps now.
He's just kind of been stuck behind him where he's at right now, and so far on board with the Pride Lawn Care Chevy Impala of AJ Servato, who's ran these guys down. Even Angelo Ronis. How about Angelo here? I know he's never won a points paying race. He's so good on the non-points paying races, but even the points paying races.
Gets paid. He gets paid. He makes the cash in the checks. He needs to get a sponsor in that thing so he can get a little more.
I know. He's been doing good. Jeff Wright with a big run here to the inside of Cabot again. I don't think he's going to be able to. Misses the corner there. You can see him slide up, but maybe even a wider diamond off the corner help him get a better exit here. Oh, we got trouble down into turn number 3. Is that the points leader? Yusuf Ghali's
That is.
Oh, no. Cody Atkins and Dennis Fairclough all collected into turn 1, but the points leader, Yusuf Ghali, with heavy damage. You can see the left front tire as well, sticking out from the fender well on the left front. That's going to hurt this car pretty heavily here. I'm curious to see how much damage he's going to have. Take a look at a VSPEED instant replay here. Battling with Noah Mikulski. You got Cody Atkins behind him in that Taco Bell machine. And it looks like Cody Atkins just gets into the back of Yusuf and then,
What a pileup.
Yeah, that's a simple little pile up there. 3 cars. I'm curious to see on board maybe with Cody here. Is on board here with 81 car. Yeah, Yusuf backs up the corner. I don't think Cody was expecting it, and I don't think Dennis Fairclough was expecting them to wreck. And he got into him there. I think that's just a classic Richmond incident. And Mikulski there, was falling off a little bit, but now we're looking at it here. Yeah, Cody just misjudges it there and gets it.
Dennis nowhere to go. He just right up the back.
Just one of those racing deals.
I would have to say that is definitely one of the racing deals.
And is that a full field pit?
It is. The whole field's going to bring it in here. Tire wear was big, and I think Jeff Wright might get Cabot out of pit road. No, he doesn't. Cabot gets it.
Yeah, Cabot got it to hook up a little bit better.
Yeah, Ronis.
Stravato's still in third.
Yeah.
Traction control worked, Cabot. It worked.
Hatchell got it there off of beat Angelo Ronis there for 4th. 5th comes Angelo Ronis, and Turner
Hatchell picked up 2 spots, I believe.
He did, yeah. Massey to 8th, Hutton 9th, and Shelton's moved up to 10th, and we'll get it under pacing here, and Cabot leaves him down, and How about we pull in one of our drivers up here? Who should we pull? Should we pull up our leader, Adam Cabot, see what he's thinking using those different lines?
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Let's see. Adam Cabot, Alec Martinez, Luke Buffington, and Bradley Cooper, the VC booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, brother, you're giving us hope here. I've been able to see you run about every line on this racetrack, even under the lights. How has it been driving out there with these race cars?
It's been great. Obviously, as we discussed earlier, I was hoping it'd be a day race, but it seems like we still have multiple grooves there. I'm at least able to defend on the top. Passing on the bottom looks like it's damn near impossible, which has been to my benefit so far. I've just been trying to not let Jeff get to my outside. But I mean, it seemed pretty clear that he was quicker than me in that run. He was able to drive a lot deeper in the corner than I could. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, I guess just gotta do everything I can to try to hold on to this track position and see if we can lead more laps, lead the most laps, and get this win.
Now let me ask you before I let you go: is there any way to pass on that inside, or is it going to be getting to the right rear quarter panel to be able to kind of pin them down and get the drive off?
I mean, it's really looking like you're gonna have to get to the right rear quarter panel because, like, again, and Jeff, it seemed like he was a lot quicker than me, and he just could not get by. So I don't know. I mean, unless the car on the outside like really blows the corner, but yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, granted, as the track continues to cool down, you know, maybe that'll help the bottom out a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, look, it's working for me right now. I'll take it.
Well, we appreciate your time, Adam. Good luck, and maybe we'll be talking to you in victory lane after this thing's all said and done.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Al.
All right, thank you. Adam Cabot, the Magic Man, if you so will, back here again at Richmond. He was asked him, do you think he can win earlier? And he said, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I feel like I'm not good here, and this car doesn't suit me. And here he is leading the race. He's led almost about every lap, I think, right? Maybe all but one here. And Cabot right in your front row, and then it goes Stravato, Hatchell, row 2 with Ronis and Turner, row number 3. Pace truck will take the hard left-hand turn into pit road, and into the Geico restart zone they'll go. Adam Cabot off and away. A great restart for the 17, and here comes Stravato looking for second and 3 wide, fanning out for 5th as the battle on for second here at Richmond between Stravato and Wright.
Cabot getting a good run there on the start, but the 33 dives to the inside of Jeff Wright, so now it's another obstacle that Wright's going to have to deal with. He couldn't pass the 17 on the inside earlier. Now he's going to have to deal with Stravato, and that might use his tires up anyway.
Oh, boys, I got to ask you here. AJ Stravato, man, he's really been turning it on these last few weeks. Is he slowly becoming, when he's won a championship here before, is he slowly becoming one of those guys that looks like you're going to have to deal with in the championship fight?
I think, but as far as that goes, he's always a contender. It's just last season didn't have the finishes early in the year. Situations where, you know, he went winless the entirety of that season, I believe, and had to break the ice this year. I think he's gaining that confidence back, and I absolutely believe he was a contender from the start.
He is. Luke, I know you haven't paid a whole lot of attention, but to the beginning of the season, now you've gotten more into it. You're broadcasting with us last week. AJ goes out, wins the race on a wild strategy, and now you're looking at maybe here he's closed up only 9 points behind. He's probably got in that wreck, and he's a little bit off pace. The Italian style, you think that second championship is possible, but even though he has to go against Cabot and Wright?
You know, at this point, I could entirely see it. I mean, he's really turning into one of those guys where you can really see him in the top 5 pretty consistently. Of course, top 5 in the points right now. Given current standings anyway, Yusuf Ghali, no offense to him, I don't really see him coming back from that wreck. And Baffert is just kind of hanging back. If this top 3 fight holds out, I mean, it's entirely possible for AJ to come out and be 3rd in points.
And next week, when we get out to a road course, the last road course of the year, Watkins Glen, I think that's right up AJ Stravato's alley. He loves those road courses, races those road racing cars, and I think he's going to be somebody that you're going to have to watch out for. Ben Baffert's won the last 2 races at Watkins Glen, so that'll be something to look out for next week.
Here we go again.
Look at this. Cabot holding that outside lane again.
Cabot and Wright just driving away from the field once again.
If we would have had a longer run, I think he would have saw that 28-17 fall out. Yeah, it's right.
Man.
Ooh, he almost got there.
Oof.
I think I was cutting it close. I think Wright cut him a break. He could have easily drove under him or drove into that right rear and spun him. I think Cabot next time's got to know he's got to cover that outside lane quicker than that, because that last time Jeff Wright would have been there. If Jeff wouldn't have lifted,
oh, that's a good move. Oh, that's a good move
and
there.
There we go, round again.
Oh, he got too high there, and now Wright back down to the inside here of Cabot, but we talked about it. Is he going to be able to complete the pass on the inside lane? He just slides up the track a little bit, and right here, this is about his best chance he's got, but he gets loose underneath of him, and Cabot powers out the corner and regains the lead. Baffert now also working up underneath Bailey Turner here for 5th, and Baffert now
is cracked
top 5, but look at that. Crossover from Bailey Turner, and now Baffert going to be on that preferred outside lane. We're trying to pass or hold off somebody.
Oh, he's going to pinch you down too.
Power off the corner here, although Bailey keeping it close here, but Baffert slowly but surely peeking his way up here.
And you know, we talked about this in the pre-race and how hard it's going to be passing here all night. The 54 of Yusuf Ghali back in 20th position. He's got his work cut out for him. Very few cars I've seen pass anyone, and the 23 is probably one of the few, the only, and then everybody else made passes on pit road. Seth Hatchell got up into the top 5. Positions really haven't changed since we took the green flag for the second time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of battling here. Look at that pack back there between Faircloth, Simard, Vincent. These guys have been brawling. Faircloth actually got up into the wall last lap and really utilizing that outside lane. And then you got Vincent closing up with Cost and Simard. It's all battling, man. If there's going to be a little bit of an incident here, these guys battling really hard.
Going on board here with Max Koss. Samar looking like he's struggling a little bit on the exit of these corners. Can't get it to hook up quite right. And I believe that was the 3 of Jeremiah Vincent, who almost got him in the back of him. Faircloth into the wall.
That could be a caution.
He's trying to pull it off.
How about this? Yeah, he'll probably pull it off. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be... might be it for Dennis, although he's getting it back up to speed here, and unfortunately he's just, he's bringing it to pit road, so that's going to get some damage fixed up at the front, though. Cabot and Wright still going at it. Man, this has been one of the best battles I think we've seen all year, with these two just been going back and forth every lap.
Well, do you think, Alec, that, I mean, we're really kind of looking at a repeat of that first segment of the race here. Do you think with them battling throughout this entire race that they are going to burn their tires off, and towards the end of the race AJ is just going to have an easier time getting by the both of them?
I think he could, and I'll say this though, AJ Stravado has been closer than he has been the last one. He started closer. That last one he was about this length, but some laps have been on the tires. He's been in third this entire time, kind of stalking these two, watching these two go at it. And I think he's even in a better position being in third this run than he is the last one, obviously, barring any of the caution coming out. But I think, like you said, and I think AJ is going to be the better car at the end of the run. The question is, can he get by them? Getting to them is one thing, and he's there, but passing them is going to be one thing it's going to be way different. And we've already talked about how hard it is to pass. I mean, he's going to have his work cut out for him, but it's AJ Stravado. He knows how to win these things. I wouldn't be surprised, although we're still going to have another pit stop to go. So it'll be interesting to see what these guys do. And don't count out the two-time champion either. He stole a race this year at Dover. At Dover from Adam Cabot and Seth Hatchell in 4th. Don't count him out.
Look at the outside.
Wright's going to get there. He just overdrove the entry of the corner, but he'll be able to cross over and get the best run he's gotten all day into turn number 3.
I tell you what, he overdrove that a little bit.
Oh, he couldn't do it.
That's partial to he overdrove that entry, but he almost had to get to the outside. He had to send it up there. There he tries it again.
Cabot even overdrove it to make sure he didn't get to that right rear, and here he comes, right? Trying to cross over, and how about this behind them? Bailey Turner and Baffert going at it, but let's get the eyes on the battle right here. Is Cabot goes a little bit wide, should get a nice drive off, and he'll be able to clear right again, but then behind them, it was Baffert and Turner side by side. They got it all single filed out, and right now going up to the outside, getting some clean air, crossing it over, and I tell you what, I think Cabot is saving the rears, but I don't think he's saving that right front. I think Jeff Wright is doing the opposite, where he's saving the right front, but not saving the rears.
That's that higher line that he keeps trying to take on the entry. definitely burn off the right rear. He's throttling it in to try to get at the turn.
And right now, went from the offensive to the defensive because AJ Stravado is right on them now.
Yeah. And how long before, if you're Stravado, how long before you just decide, hey, enough's enough, and you move a guy out of the way? Just a little subtle tap.
I don't think you want to move any or risk moving anybody here because with the way, like, I mean, you're looking at on board, that nose is so pointy, man. Any little touch, it might be game over for the car in front of you and yourself. And like you said, look, these two may have burned off these tires early because look at the field. They have caught them quick.
Yeah, and now dive to the inside here for the 33.
And there's AJ right into that battle for first.
Yeah, oh, Wright got such a nice run here off of turn number 4. Can he send it into the corner, take the lead from Cabot? No, he won't. He misses the corner and he taps the apron, saves it, but now Cabot gonna have that run off the corner. And look at this, it's an 8-car train here because the leaders have fallen back. Stravado in striking distance now. Hatchell, Baffert, Turner, Ronis, and how about this, Ray Massey up in the top 8, all giving themselves a shot here and trying to battle up here at the front as Wright and Cabot still trading blows here, but right now just Cabot holding up on that outside line, but he's holding up Wright, and I think he's holding up the rest of the field.
Yeah, the rest of the field's about to knock on the Adam Cabot's door. Jeff was being polite, but some of these guys knock a little harder than others.
That is very true, and I think we'll definitely see some beating and banging as we're coming up already, as this race is flowing by, guys. We're almost to halfway here and still a long way to go, but the time's going to start running out here very quick.
So on that note, we've got the same leader since lap 1. It's been a good one so far. Adam Cabot, he's led 61 out of the 62 laps that we've began here. Jeff Wright trying to take away that lead, but it hasn't happened just yet. We're going to take a quick commercial break, go side by side here live on VSPEED, and we will be back right after this.
Here comes Bentley Glazer. Does he time the move? He goes high. Shimano block. Turns the 33.
Contact there entering turn 1.
Around goes the 9. Oh, he comes back at the track and he gets clobbered. Zion picks it up into the air.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
All right, back live here at the Richmond Raceway. The second caution of the evening has fallen on the night, and the field coming down pit road, led by Adam Cabot. Will cut to what happened here with a quick replay after pit stops are over as the field comes in, and man, it was getting hot and heavy. It was getting really good between the top 8, and now is get a complete reset just at about halfway, and I'm assuming we'll probably take these tires to the end of the race here as Cabot, all 4 tires going to get changed. Same with everybody in the field. Jeff Wright, good pit stop, but not going to beat Adam Cabot out of pit lane, and Cabot wins the race off pit road, followed by Jeff Wright, AJ Stravano, Seth Hatchell, and Ben Baffert. Then Ray Massey gets a few spots with Turner, Ronis, Hutton, and Shelton, the top 10 off of pit road. Let's take a look at what happened here on our VSPEED instant replay. It all started up ahead for the 19th position on the racetrack. Cody Atkins battling with Gary Sexton here. Yeah. Yes, in the 13 car, and like I said, we'll take a look what happened here as the field was battling up front. This is the battle for, I believe, 18th on the racetrack. Ollie with severe damage was kind of lagging back here, and as they'll come off of turn 4 here, you'll see the 81 car get loose. And then there's just really nowhere for Gary Sexton to go. I think it actually might be the next lap here. But yeah, these two were battling for quite a while. And then all of a sudden, as we're watching the battle for the lead, we see caution coming out, and then the 81 sideways on the front stretch. So I think it was right here as Cody got up into the outside wall. He was trying to save it and trying to hold on to this position. And then he gets back into the gas. And right here gets...
Yeah, I must have backed it up a mile.
Backed it up too much. But yeah. As we got here on the pace truck. Okay, we still got time here. All right, yeah, so we're good here. And, yeah, so these two were battling for quite a while here, and I hope it's this lap, and if not, I'll ask.
I hope it's for my sanity. I hope it is too.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there it is. Gets loose, tries to save it. Gary Sexton, nowhere to go. Spins the 81 out and brings out the caution there, and that bunches the field back up. Luke, we were talking during that break. I was wondering, when do you get a pit? Do you want to pit maybe if you're like 7th or 8th pit before with all these guys battling? Now it's pretty much clean and green to the end. And now I got to ask you, pretty much if we go green all the way to the end, should be able to make it on field here as we're going to restart with halfway. Are you going to want to save your tires more this run if we especially go all the way?
Well, I mean, no doubt about it, you're going to want to save your tires if we're going all the way with it, but with it seems like every 30 or 40 laps we're getting some kind of a minor incident that's just, causing a reset, so to speak. If you're farther back in the field there, I don't see a reason to not try and drive your tires off and gain some positions. But, I mean, really, pit strategy did go completely out the window with this last caution. After that first run, it mixed it up a little bit, but a caution right at the halfway point of the race, I mean, if you know how to drive it, you know how to drive it, and there really won't be a reason for you to pit unless caution comes out.
Yeah, I think so. Bradley, I'm expecting the intensity pickup. Are you feeling the same?
Oh yeah, it's completely dark now. Sun is set. We've got less than half of this race left to go, and Jeff Wright has not been able to pass Adam Cabot as they take the green flag for the 3rd time tonight.
How about this? How about Seth Hatchell in that 8 car? That 8 black with a yellow 8 on it. Hatchell's worked his way up to 3rd. Stravano loose on the inside. Here comes Baffert now, looking for 4th. This Hatchell almost clips the 48 of Wright. Into turn 3, they all get it back going. It goes Cabot, Wright sliding the rear end, then Hatchell, then Stravano, Baffert, and how about the rookie Ray Massey working up to 6th place?
Massey's been good at short tracks. He just hasn't had the finishes, Adam. This might be a change of pace here for the 32, or the 23. 32, yeah, he runs the 23 in the other league that I broadcast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's been... So many guys here in this top 5 have had success at short tracks, and the Italian Stallion's been one of those guys. Cabot, definitely great, especially at tracks around a mile, and if they have concrete on them, even better.
He's really good. And even Jeff, man, Jeff's so good at these race cars. Although right now, man, he's got speed. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get around Cabot, who's for sure about locked up the most laps led in the bonus point to go to his credit. So right now,
got her locked.
And as more repairs have been, as the cautions are coming out, more repairs have been put to the 54 car, Yusuf Ghali, and he started to work his way up to the field. Oh no, Mikulski and Chris Samard beating
moment
the
back
pain in
here.
turn 3, and here comes Jeremiah Vincent with a run here, and Yusuf Ghali right in the mix. And if I'm Yusuf, I got to get these spots here because, man, Dallas
You gotta get him right
way
now.
up the track.
Yeah,
He's gotta
with
get him
points
now.
as tight as they are, there is no room for error.
Oh, don't do it.
No,
Don't
there
do
isn't
it.
room in. Oh,
There
no.
it is.
And there we go again.
Yusuf's in it again, and Jeremiah Vincent into the outside wall, and the 4th caution of the night comes out. And like we were saying, and like Luke, you were just saying, you can't afford to get in a wreck here, and he gets in it.
No, and yeah, it's so tight with points. I mean, that's got to be it for him. I mean, and there goes pit strategy once again.
Yeah, it's gone now, and man, everything going wrong in the 54 camp right now, and heavy damage to the right front, or left front, excuse me.
The entirety of this backstretch, Alec, I said don't do it.
yeah,
I knew what he was going to do.
Yeah,
I knew
right
where
there.
he planned to do it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's going to cost him, and unfortunately for Yusuf Ghali, the points leader,
And
he
look
gets
at
caught
that,
up in it as well.
Look at that save by Mikowski too. I don't believe he got much in the way of damage after getting essentially turned like that. I mean,
Yeah, these two spin, and like you said, Mikulski, he kept it on
he
the inside.
he holds it. He holds it. What a save!
That was beautiful there. Although the tire's going to be pretty destroyed, but
Looks like he got a little into the wall, but even so, I mean, that could have turned out a lot worse for him.
yeah. And interesting to point out is look at that. You can see the 354 side, and look at the 03. Like, just taps the nose.
Just
taps the
barely,
nose.
but
I mean, yeah, I think he's fine, relatively fine, and might throw another wrench into the plans here, boys. Is they've taken now 4 sets of tires on the racetrack, or should be 3 sets, so 2 tires still laying in, or 2 sets still laying in the pits. But Seth Hatchell stayed out, and everybody else came in. So Hatchell is now the race leader. Hatchell's now the race leader.
I think he's in a good spot. Look how hard it's been to pass here. I think his tires.
But those fresh tires, though, 10 laps.
I don't know, man. The way Jeff and Adam are driving, 10 laps, they'll even right out with him because they're going to try to dive to the inside. Hatchell's going to have fresh or warm tires. So, yeah, their fresh tires are going to be better after a few laps. But I think if Seth can play defense on the outside, he might be okay.
He might be, and we've seen him steal a couple races this year where this might be possible here for him to pull this win, although he's going to have to go a long way on tires.
Well, you never know with the way these cautions have been coming out. He might just have to hold him off for 15, 20 laps, and then he's in the lead for another pit stop. I mean, you never can tell, especially with a field like this.
Yeah, and I think that's actually that's actually a really good point. Yeah, I mean, if he can hold them off for 20 or so laps, we get another caution, which has been looking like it's pretty possible every run we've had so far. I mean, Hatchell might be the guy to beat here if he can hold on to track position. He can't allow Cabot to get to the right rear, and especially if you're Cabot now, you've been the leader all race. How do you approach this restart? Because Jeff Wright can get a better restart than you now, especially since he's going to be restarting behind the leader.
Yeah, and that's
Unless he starts
here.
inside or outside here, it will depend. If he starts outside Hatchell here, he can put right behind Cabot, and then that allows AJ Stravado to then have a chance to jump these guys. And
I don't think I want any one of those guys trying to race me into one.
He's going to take the inside here. So, yeah, right, we'll be restarting behind the leader. Man, this is going to be interesting to see how this restart shakes out here, because if you're Cabot, you don't get a good restart, and Wright's able to clear you. I think Wright's going to be in the real spot here if he can get around Hatchell quick. And it's going to be, if Hatchell doesn't have the pace, it's going to be how quick can the 48 or the 17 work around the 8 car and then use that gap to kind of either save tires or pull away.
And it was smart here with Hatchell starting on the inside, putting Jeff there on the inside of Cabot, so they're racing each other and side by side. It might give an opportunity for Seth to pull away a little bit.
Pull away, yeah, as pace truck pulls off in the pit lane into the Geico restart zone. They go, spinning the tires. Hatchell gets away, but now Wright also spun the tires, and now it's side by side between him and Cabot. Cabot now sends it up the outside lane, but he misses the corner. He'll have a nice run off the corner. Hatchell keeps the lead, but will he defend that outside lane? No, he won't. Cabot now gets to the right rear, but he misses the corner.
I believe that's the second corner he's done that.
Yeah, it's 2 corners in a row. Now Hatchell's got that preferred lane behind him. Oh, man. Ronis to the outside of Baffert and Turner, and now, so far, Hatchell holds on. It's Hatchell, then Cabot, Wright, Stravato, and Baffert, the top 5, and now the battle for 6 between Turner, Ronis, and how about Ryan Shelton up inside the top 10 in 8th. Dallas Sullivan working on the outside of Hutton for 9th. And look at that red car way up the track. Oh, Dice gets hit!
And there it goes again.
Did he save it? Yes, he did. No caution. He saves it. Big save there from the 5 of Alan Dice. Somehow, some way, no caution. This gets a little help there from, I believe that's Chris Samard in the 77. Who got the inside wall there, but I mean, so far so good, although track position's gone there for the 5, but wow, no caution, good save out of everybody. Kind of split the field up again, and how about Seth Hatchell with the lead here? I know he's got older tires, but it's looking really good right now. He's got clean air, and he can defend this lead here as Cabot really hasn't been able to work a way around. And we talked about Cabot led most of his race.
What a sleeper, though. I mean, I don't know if Seth is... I don't think he's ever driving it. I mean, he's got 11 lap older tires. You'd think that even over driving it would be a little slower than these guys behind him.
You know, I'll tell you, I feel like we sleep on Seth Hatchell all the time when he wins. We never really pick him much, but man, he's a 2-time champion for a reason and showing it here right now. But the question is he burning those tires off too much? 60 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. The question is these top 5 here, who's saving the most here? Because we got a long way to go still. 60 laps is a long way again, but we haven't had a long enough run to be able to tell who's got the long run pace.
Well, and you notice we're not seeing the same kind of do-si-do for 2nd or 3rd place or 4th or 5th that we were seeing in the earlier runs. It seems like the whole top pack is, to a degree anyway, just taking it easy and waiting for Hatchell to fall off.
Yeah, I think that's something.
How did you say that?
Of course.
Yeah, it's just so hard to complete a pass on the inside. You just really can't do much there. I mean, you get to the inside, the guy on the outside just kind of powers off the corner. There's really no answer for it here. Is up at the front. Hatchell now opens up a 3/10 of a second lead over Cabot. Like you said, I think Cabot has backed it off considerably from what we've seen the last few runs. He's really not charging it into the corners like he has been. Kind of backing it up and letting it roll and then easing back into the gas, although Wright and Stravato going out of here, and I think Wright trying to find a way around Cabot here, and I think this is where Cabot's got to pick up the pace a little bit now.
Yeah, and if you noticed at the very start of this run, those first couple of corners, he was really shooting it into the right quarter of Hatchell, and then right after that, he backed it off. He's taking it easy.
Yeah, he is, and I'll tell you who's not taking it easy is that 48 of Jeff Wright. He's really starting to go, and Cabot has to find a way to defend here because I think that 2nd place spot's where you're going to want to be at if you're going to want to be able to attack Hatchell once he hits that cliff and falling off here. Ben Baffert here, he's been in the top 5 all night, but quietly hasn't made any big ruckus yet, but I feel like you're going to have to say something before this 23 car, or with the 23 car before this is all said and done. As he's getting to the outside of Stravato here, and he could be able to pick off a position here with Stravato being tracked on the inside with Wright.
And there it goes.
Jeff Wright saved it. They both saved it.
Everybody saved it.
Oh, but Wright's tires are going to be destroyed, and same with Baffert for doing a 4-wheeled slide. And Ronis is going to get 1, maybe 2 positions, but Baffert just over driving the corner and driving into the back end of Jeff.
And, I was about to mention, we mentioned at the beginning of the race how Ben Baffert is an incredible saver when it comes to these tires, and it looks like he finally decided to push it, and I don't think it paid off for him.
No, I don't think it did, and now he's lost 1 spot to Ronis, and now he's got Bailey Turner breathing down his neck, and Bailey's almost gotten to the back end of him there off of turn 2 and trying to be aggressive here. These guys have, had their fair share of run-ins, but right now these guys just trying to ease it into the corner here, but Bailey's been on attack mode here on the 23 ever since the 23 fell back. And how about Ray Massey as well, diving it underneath here. And we'll take a look at what happened here. Yeah, just Baffert overdriving the corner there and getting into the back of the 48 there, and really just
great saves by the pair of them.
Yeah, it was great save. That should have been a bigger wreck.
Synchronized
especially
spinning is always fun to watch.
It is. It sure
That is true, but I don't think we really need another caution at this point in the race.
I'm curious to see what happens at the end of this run. And how about AJ Stravato now? Up into
Oh,
third.
no.
Oh, Ben's way up into the wall.
And in the wall.
Oh, if he could cross both of them over here. I mean, look at that.
Three
Oh,
wide.
that's gonna
He's
work,
starting
boys.
to get frustrated.
Oh, Bailey drove it into the corner there, but I think they're going to get both of them. How about Ray Massey going to get the 2-for-1 special off of turn 4 and back up into 6th, goes to 32.
Yeah, I think Bafford's starting to drive
Yeah,
a
those
little bit
tires
more
are-
frustrated. And
Tell you what, man, Ray Massey, he's got some pace in that 32 car.
I'm
Yeah,
impressed
and
with Seth Hatchell. That's all I got to say.
About a
I
second
predicted it.
ahead.
Pulling,
Yeah.
pulling away from the field.
Look at
Sure
that
is.
gap. Taking him to Gapplebee's here on lap 101.
Applebee's. That's
And
good.
he's sitting
Rolling away from
7
the field.
tenths
How about
of a
Massey?
second.
Massey's gotten up to 5th. He's gotten by Ronis. I'll tell you what, boys, this 32 car is moving right now.
Yeah, I think some of these guys sat back and said, we'll let them have their fun here, and with about 40 to go, we're going to turn it on.
Yeah, that
Got
32 car digging.
These subtle savers in the back of the pack.
Yep, that long run speed, it's deceitful here at Richmond. You see them pull out and have their battles, and now you're seeing the guys that were back there saving. Can they get around, though? That's the thing with Seth Hatchell doing what he did with the track position. Some of these guys that are up here, you see
Jeff's
Jeff
in
Wright
the
just
wall.
into the wall.
I think he's going to give Massey the 4th position here.
Yep.
Wow,
That was
man,
what I
look
was
at
going to
that
ask.
32.
Can these guys get by? That's the real problem. You can save all you want, but if you can't pass them, you end up in the same
I
boat.
think it's going to take a mistake out of the guy that you're battling to at least get yourself a shot like right what we saw there with
Get
Wright
more
getting up into the
frequent.
wall. Yeah. And now, man, I'll tell you what, this 32 car is really, really starting to push his tires in. Right now, I mean, it's working. He's gotten himself up to 4th. Could Ray Massey be looking to get his first win of his BTDY career?
And the move gets cut
Wow.
clean off there.
Cuts
Oh, I
down
think
on.
Massey's going to like that, but look at this. He's going to get to the outside. He's going to pin the 33 down on the Stravato. Going to hold on to that position, and I don't think Massey's going to be a big fan of that. I think if he does that again, that might end up in an incident. Although Massey's gotten to the right rear. Stravato's going to get pinched.
And a pass for 3rd now. The 32 is going to take it over. It looks like he's going to have the preferred line out of 3 and 4.
Wow, how about this from Ray Massey? Could he get his first career BTDY win? He gets Stravato down the front stretch. He now looks to get Cabot. Oh, he tries to get Cabot!
And there they go. Around he
Into
goes.
the wall.
Cabot just keeps on trucking.
Wow, and Massey, who had a great run, he gets in
Oh.
the middle of the racetrack and he almost gets hit by Noah Mikulski, and the great run that Massey was having ended in one corner from contact with Adam Cabot. And what a save from Cabot, saving that championship lead. And Seth Hatchell is loving it. And look at this. I mean, Massey, he was turning on the jets here. He just miscalculated the point of Cabot there, and he gets up loose, spins it, and up into the outside retaining wall. And unfortunately, what could have been maybe the first win for this rookie is ended up in the outside side for Barry. Man, Mikulski just missed it. In the field now, coming down pit road. We'll get one more look at it. Just overdrives it there, gets into it. Oh my goodness, look at this save from Cabot. I thought Cabot was going around too. And they save it. Man, oh man, what great saves from those two drivers. And now the field coming to pit lane.
And there we
Hatchell
go.
did
This-
exactly what he needed to do, and I think he's going to be the formidable choice at the end of this race to maybe sneak up and steal it away from
I think,
everybody.
yeah.
As long as Cabot doesn't beat him off pit road. I mean, Cabot has been quick off of pit road these past few times, and Hatchell
it's
has
close.
it.
I think Hatchell got him.
Yep.
He did. And how about that?
And-
Look at Ryan Shelton. He's up to 4th. An 11-second pit stop.
Wow.
That might be the slowest.
I have
that might be the
0.6.
fast- 0.6?
I have
11.6.
0.6 in the box. I have 0.6 for whatever reason.
I think that is the fastest pit stop I've seen all year for 4 tires. Gary Sexton got 2 tires there and moved up to 9th, but
you know, that strategy with Hatchell, I mean, he did exactly what needed to be done. He was able to hold them off for that entire run, and now it's an even playing field with these tires.
It is.
I think we bring him up in the booth real quick while we got a chance.
Who? Mr. Cabot or Mr. Hatchell?
Mr. Hatchell.
Sorry, yeah, Hatchell. Mr. Hatchell. Let me see if I can get him in here. Seth Hatchell, Alec Martinez, Luke Buffington, and Bradley Cooper in the VC booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, buddy, you stay out that last run. You get the caution you needed. Now you got the clean air in the lead. How are we expecting these final 40 laps to play out?
I'm not real sure, to be quite honest with you. I really didn't think I'd be as fast as I am tonight, but I've just been hanging around, the top 5 all night. And then I thought I was in trouble there, that last caution. I thought more guys were going to stay out. And, fortunately, none of them really took tires. They're all just topping up on fuel, trying to make it to the end. And I was able, the clean air is really nice. I didn't know how great it was going to be, but it was really good. So just trying to keep that here. It's going to be really hard racing. I know Adam and Jeff have been racing really hard tonight. And I'm not trying to get in the way of a championship, but I'll do what I can to try and stay up front here.
Yes, sir. Looking for that second win. Seth, well, we wish you the best of luck. Go get them. And maybe bring VSPEED home their second win of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you, Seth. And two-time champion in the lead. He's led 30 laps so far. But I got to give a shout-out to you. How about Ryan Shelton, man? Up to 4th. And he's got a chance at getting his first career BTDY Series win. And this guy, man, it's been a roller coaster the last few weeks. Broke it, or he needed something to his finger. Had to get surgery last week. Got it, raced, pulled out because it said it was a little pretty painful. And still racing here tonight with the finger that's been surgically repaired about a week ago and running in 5th with the chance to win this race. Surgically enhanced.
Yeah. That's the terminology I think he wanted us to use. Surgically enhanced now, and that's why he's up here in the top 5.
Who knows, that could be helping him out here tonight.
Yep.
But now the question becomes, can Hatchell hold off a hard charging championship 2 or championship 5 inside the top 10? Green flag back out, and we're back underway. They stack up behind for second. Hatchell pulls away, and Cabot and Rutt are side by side. Here comes Travato jumping to the outside. Off of turn number 2.
Ooh. I saw that movement. Turner back there. He's trying to get by the 99, and they were turbulent.
Oh, Jeff really loose on the inside lane of Cabot now. Looks like Shelton starting to lose some pace there. That 99 is battling with Baffert and Turner. Oh, looks like Cabot way up the racetrack. This should allow Wright to at least pull even with him here. And they get into each other and they enter the corner.
I'm loving every second of it.
Oh, baby, Turner contact with Shelton.
Loving every second of what I'm seeing in my mirror if I'm the number 8.
Oh, yeah, this is great. Watching these two burn off their tires. It's a welcoming sight here. If you're the 8, now you just focus outside of the front windshield because there's nothing else behind or in front of you. It's all behind you as the top 2 of the top 3 continue to battle as AJ Stravato is also closing up this battle. Look at this gang of race cars just outside the top 10.
Cody Atkins, Chris Hard.
In this as well.
Gary Sexton, the 46 of Dallas Sullivan. You got a lot of red spoilers back here.
Yeah, Mikulski, one of them, and Yusuf Ghali, even Dallas Sullivan as well. They get some points, especially Yusuf Ghali, who's gotten the points lead, or had the points lead entering this race. He's for sure going to probably lose a little bit of points here. He's got to salvage the losses here. He's got to, Mikulski up into the outside. Whoa!
3 wide.
3 wide?
Oh, that might not work here after 2. They're doing.
A little contact.
They save it. They're all good.
And that's Yusuf Bai.
Yeah, Yusuf's going to get two valuable points here. And now trying to get a 3rd point back for passing Vincent. Here up inside the top 5. Baffert and Turner now side by side for 5th. Turner on the inside. Baffert using that momentum on the outside.
2nd through 4th just pulled a different line here in the entrance of 1. They all ran up high.
Love it. This dynamic track has given us. I love that the dynamic track has given us wide lanes. I do wish it was a day race because we really get to see the tire fall off and everything. But nonetheless, it's really good to see guys moving around using different lanes. It's just really hard to pass. That's kind of how Richmond is. And right now, Cabot using that outside lane. Hatchell on the inside, right in the middle, and AJ Stravato all the way on the yellow line. And boy, oh boy, do you love seeing that. And man, I cannot wait for the championship race at Auto Club Speedway, where literally every line is going to be usable.
The lines that these guys are using here tonight starting to get a little unorthodox. They're hunting for grip, and you can tell that that bottom is just not there anymore. It wasn't really there to begin with, but now it's completely out of the picture.
Just to the wall!
Ah, man, how many times have we said that tonight? Jeff's clipped the wall.
And all it takes is one decent hit to either damage the suspension, number one, or number two, get stuck in it and lose multiple spots. And I don't think Jeff's willing to do that right now, but doing everything he can at the moment to just hold on to third. But man, Cabot hasn't been able to find a way up to second. Hatchell's doing a great job.
And these guys are getting comfortable, and I know Hatchell's maintaining that gap, but he showed in that other run that he has the speed to be up here. It wasn't a fluke. He's definitely deserving of this position. But now gauging it, if we get a caution with 5 to go, do these guys just drive him hard? I'd like to see this race stay green.
I would like to see it stay green too, because we already know what's going to happen inside 5 laps to go. There's going to be beating and banging and probably a couple green white checkers. So I don't know, man. I love to see this race go green, see who's got the long run pace, or at least a decent enough pace, because they're going to be going about 40 laps here on tires if we go to the end here from 15 laps ago. So we've got lap 109 to 150 here. Look at this, man. Cabot's been on offense and defense this entire run, and he's trying to hold off Wright and Stravado, and even Ben Baffert. Look at that 23 car creeping back up there into the picture, as well as Bailey Turner, the 24, and Angelo Ronas, quiet but sneaky all night, also with the chance, and it's all happening behind Seth Hatchell here.
Oh, the aggression there in the entrance. I remember the 23 did that earlier, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, and right now he's going to have to find a way around Stravado, and Stravado's not going to be happy, and Baffert drives into the rear of the 33 cars. Stravado shoots it down to the inside lane. Wright keeping up that middle lane, and Cabot back on the inside yellow line here as well. Behind them, Turner and Ronas trying to go at it here. And man, I tell you what,
I saw a battle starting back up here. I go back to the 32 of Ray Massey.
Nice, yeah. Ooh.
He's struggling now. It had a lot of speed.
Not helping.
Not helping him at all.
Oh, Jeff is... Oh, he's back. We're good. Man, this has been
connection
awesome
issue,
racing.
little wall issue. The 48's got all kinds of issues tonight.
All good here as Stravado is using that inside lane. It's starting to come back a little bit better. Baffert is there as well. Now Baffert's back up there to the outside.
I think the tires are just about used up on the 33.
Yeah, and here comes, I think AJ still got a little bit in the tank here. Baffert clips the outside wall there. And they're all clipping it on entry and exit here. Is Baffert really going to pinch the 33 of Stravado down on the inside lane? And now he'll power back around him on the outside, trying to get that position away. But he's got Jeff Wright taking that clean air away, as well as Cabot running up even a little bit higher. And now, Jeff Wright taps the wall again. And Baffert now sends it down to the inside of Wright. Can he get the position from Jeff? Won't be able to do it, because the 48's going to do what he did to the 33 a lap ago.
Well, if you have good memory, the 48 car is not too happy with the 23.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Is now Wright holds on to the position. Turner and Ronas going side by side for sixth on the racetrack. The Ronas like he got the wall, but how about this for the lead?
Cabot is back up there with Satchel.
Yeah, Seth Hatchell's getting back up there here, and Ronas and Turner still going at it here.
Oh no, Cabot missed that entry.
And then there it goes.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of time.
Right back where we started.
That's all it takes.
Cabot found a little bit more on that outside lane. He's really been reeling in the 8 car.
Man, that last entry, he's diving in deeper because he's running that outside. He gets a better run into the corner. Yeah.
Look at that. Big run out of Cabot here, boys. We're going to have a barn burner on our hands for the last 19 laps here at the Richmond Raceway. Cabot doing everything he can to run down Seth Hatchell. And I got to think that Hatchell's going to start pushing his tires as well.
He's running a lower line still. He's still committed to that bottom. A little bit easier if you have the clean air to do that. He's got to have to take it here in a lap or two. He's got to take that outside lane. He can't allow Cabot to go lower here, or higher, as right there, Hatchell ran a little bit higher that last time. I will say, though, that even though that outside is good, Hatchell does have the preferred line to get back to the throttle sooner, so it's going to be very tough for the 17 to get out there. You saw Jeff Wright try it several times earlier, and just to no avail, because you have to drive it in so deep to get that part of the car on the outside at the entrance. You just can't get back to the throttle soon enough.
Yeah, and I think he's also bringing up more tire here, but if he can just get to the 8's quarter panel here and get him tight on the inside, I think Cabot's going to have a shot there, although it's going to be hard. But, man, he's got a lot of pace in that 17 car, because here he comes back up to the bumper of the 8. Can he do anything and get to that right rear quarter panel or try to cross him over to the bottom? They're battling for 4th behind them between Stravato and Baffert. But, man, Cabot doing everything he can. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it, though. So Cabot kind of missed his entry, but so did Cabot.
I think now at this point with 15 to go, they're just trying to find the spot on the track that they're comfortable with the grip, and the tires are used up. You're going to see the accordion effect that we saw earlier in this race. I believe Baffert and Stravato will work their way back up here.
Oh, look at this. He's going to the inside.
Dive to the inside.
He's going to hit
contact.
They're going to hit. They're going to make contact now. Hatchell moved up the racetrack. This is going to allow Wright to close up to these two, but now Hatchell going to have to fight on the outside and pin that 17 down.
Gonna have to play some defense.
Oh man, Cabot had to get out of the gas. Here comes Wright.
And this is the same type of strategy we were seeing on those first couple of runs when it was just Cabot and Wright going at it with each other.
Yep,
but now there's even more of a gap between Cabot, Wright, and Hatchell versus just when it was Cabot and Wright fighting.
Yeah, and now you got to be careful too, because look at who's behind them. Baffert and Stravato, they are within striking distance. If all these three get together, Cabot way up the track.
Jeff Wright couldn't take that.
Run. Yeah, look at the run he got, though. He got such a great run. That was about the highest I've seen anybody run all night. And now Wright going to use a little bit higher. Now he'll try to get a run here on Cabot. Cabot sliding the rear tires. If you're right and you have more pace, do you have to just, I think you got to dispose of the 17 as quick as you can.
Phrasing on that, though, disposal, I think he might have to just take care of it. I don't know that you're going to pass him the old-fashioned way. And it's going to be tough to do without wrecking him.
No, I think it is. And the question is if we still get another caution, oh boy, it's going to be interesting to see what happens as though Cabot goes to the outside again, way up the track.
With 10 to go, I think saving is out the window.
Oh, it's got to be. The question is, has Hatchell done enough?
I think he's saved it enough that he's in a good spot. If we stay green, I think the 8 car's got it.
He does, unless we get a caution, which there is some pretty hard fighting here, middle of the pack, but you never know what can happen up here as well. Baffert has ran down these guys a little bit more, but Hatchell has pulled away now about 0.4 of a second. Wright is in 3rd, Cabot 2nd, Baffert 4th, Stravato 5th, and Eric Hutton. How about the 88 car with a quiet night in 6th?
I really want to see Ray Massey finish one of these things. I'd love to see the 32 get up there on the podium. He's done it once this season, but...
Oh, Gary Sexton and Ryan Shelton are going at it hard right now. They almost got into each other and got into an incident. That's just that inside the top 10, 9th and 10th. These two have been fighting really, really hard.
It's a little battle starting up there in front of him with Turner and I believe Baronis.
Yeah, Baronis has been a little bit faster than Turner so far these last few laps, and yeah, he's really starting to eat away at the gap that he had, but there's nothing going on right now as the battle up for front. Back again, Cabot has gotten back up to Hatchell. I don't know if he's going to have anything for him. I mean, if he's within striking distance on the final lap, we know that he's going to send it into the corner. And right now, I think he's going to have Hatchell keep guessing where he's going, take away that air.
I think if I'm Hatchell right now, the bottom's proven itself with that clean air. I can get back to the throttle early. I'm just going to keep it down on the bottom.
If I'm Hatchell, get more than a car length away.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, if you can. I mean, if you give him an opportunity to send it into the corner and get under you and move you up the track, I don't know if you want to give him that chance. Oh, I'll tell you what, they're battling for 10. They're door banging. They're into each other. Oh, look at this. They're going to door again.
Ooh.
Oh, he's going to turn it.
Oh, and
Shelton's
around they go.
And that's going to be a caution. And
That was
Golly slipped
intentional.
to the middle. That was definitely, they had been door banging the whole last lap. And then finally, Sexton had enough. And I think he just, he knew. And I think he disposed of the 99 quick. And oh, boys, this is going to make for a green-white checkered finish. Yeah, they were door banging all the way into turn 1. And then they got into each other again, and then they Shelton doored him again down the back. And then
Just
Sexton,
had enough.
yeah, literally had enough, and right there gets into him, and I think pretty clear cut what happened there, boys. He got into the left rear.
But
Fortunately-
the other part of that, though, is Gary Sexton sitting on pit road. Ryan Shelton straightening back out. He's still going.
Man, how about this, boys? The field is pitting. Cabot stays out.
Hate to say it.
I don't know. That might be too long. That might be too long. I don't know.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see.
Cabot stays
What a
out, and
risk.
now Hatchell and the whole rest of the field's pitting.
We have a lot of
Will we see
very
anybody
fast
take
cars.
2 tires?
Maybe.
Now this is going to be a really interesting pit. Not just somebody I've been keeping my eye on.
Jeff
Yusuf
Wright did it.
Ghali.
Yusuf Ghali
He-
might have taken 2.
He managed to
Jeff
break into
Wright
the
did.
top 10 with that caution.
Yeah, Hatchell took 2. Or excuse me, Jeff Wright took 2. Hatchell took 4. Ghali took 2. And I believe the rest of the field, other than Chris Samar took 2.
That's a good move
Mikulski
for,
took 2.
for
And that's
Yusuf. That's a
Ghali.
good
Yeah.
move.
Ghali into the top 5 now with
Yeah.
That's
his
saving points.
buddy
That's good.
Baffert right behind him.
Boys, this is
I
going to
think
be
I
a
would've
restart
done
for
that.
the ages.
I think I would have done that if I was Yusuf, just because we've had such a bad night for the 54. You have to do something. But here with Jeff Wright, man, I don't know. Cabot, it might be too long here.
I
39
just
laps.
Don't like
That's
that. Yeah, and especially on the restart, he is going to spin the tires.
Yeah, we'll see. Cabot, he's the magic man.
It's going to take a lot of magic for him to even hold on to the lead coming to the white flag.
I mean, if we're looking at the best lap timings, I mean, we're looking at pretty consistent 21.6s, 21.7s across a lot of the top 10, as well as just the field in general. Towards the end of that run, we were looking into the mid 22-second range. So, I mean, do you think there's enough time for somebody to get around him?
Oh, I mean, if he
Or-
spins the tires, he's in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be all she wrote. The strategy's not gonna mean anything.
And he's gonna
Most
have to
likely it's gonna
nail
bring
the
out a
start.
yellow too.
Yeah, I mean, boys, I wouldn't be surprised if we see these guys barrel into turn 1 and 2, 3 wide, if not turns 3 and 4, 3 or 4 wide, with the differing tire strategies. Because you got Hatchell on the 8 on 4, Jeff on 2, Cabot with old tires, and then you got Baffert with 4, Ghali with 2, Stravato 4. I mean, it's really is all over the place here with the different tires strategies going on here. And I know it's a 2-lap shootout, but I mean, it's going to take a lot here to see what happens. I mean, I can't say I'm thinking Cabot's going to be in a good spot here with 4 tires. I mean, he's the magic man, like you said, but it's going to take a whole lot of magic.
He'll start
for
on
him
the
to not
outside
spin
too.
the tires.
Just change up on that. He's gonna try to defend it on the outside.
I mean,
He
it
knows
really
that
is.
The
2
question
cars
is,
behind
boys,
him.
who's in the catbird seat here? Honestly, I think I got to say the 8 here or the 23 or 33.
I don't know. I think 54 and the 48 are gonna be tough though, because you got 54 on the outside, and unfortunately the 8's not gonna have the restart because Cabot's dictating
Yeah.
it. So that's a
Boy,
hard
it's
call.
going to be good, boys. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be good. This is what you come for. BTDY chase race number 4 here. All on the line here. Points and a championship to go. Into the restart zone. Green flag back out. They all spin the tires behind. Cabot gets away, but here comes Stravato. They fan out 4 wide into turn number 1. Oh, there's contact between Hatchell and Ghali. They all go up the track. Baffert Baffert into goalie, but now it's Cabot and Wright the top two. Stravato down in the third. He's got 4 tires. Cabot at the track. Not gonna work. Wright takes the white flag with the lead. Stravato gets loose. Cabot fights back. 1 to go for Richmond. Does Cabot have anything for Wright? Wright sends it into the corner. He's got the lead. They're 3 wide for third. Cabot into the outside wall. Jeff Wright into turns number 3 and 4 for the final time. With 2 tires to call, Jeff Wright will come off the 4, and Jeff Wright will steal the win at Richmond. Leads 2 laps to the line as they crash across the start finish line. Goalie into the outside wall, Cabot into the wall. Hutton makes it through. Koss gets the top 10, but Jeff J. Wright, another win on the season in a Gen 4 car, and he does it in fascinating fashion. Fireworks going off down the backstretch. What a win for Wright, and he'll burn it down on the front stretch, adding to his championship hopes and possibly the championship lead going into Watkins Glen next week. Oh my goodness, what a finish, boys. Let's take a look at that final restart to see what all happens. Dissect it real quick before we go to a commercial break. I just want to see what happened. And we talked about Cabot not having much of a chance with 40-lap old tires, and I think that was clear cut. He didn't. And I mean, what a race we saw from the top 5 there. 3 and 4 wide. I think we're way back here.
Some of the interesting shuffles I saw, Cabot ended up finishing the race in 7th, and
Not even the top 5.
Baffert was able to pull 2nd place out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, he really drove to that inside and just...
Look at this. You get a replay here, and you see these guys dive. Cabot got a great start, but he overdrove the corner. They're 4 wide back here between Golly, Hatchell, and Turner, and then these guys beating and banging down the backstretch. And Hatchell, they're the big loser in all this situation, just couldn't do anything. And you see in the turn 3, Cabot just didn't have any tires. He just no grip, loses the front end. And then right here, he has a chance, but Wright is pretty much gone into 1. Stravato had a chance here, but then off of 2, Turner tries to stick it 3 wide. He just can't do it. Cabot goes up the track. Bailey Turner then sticks it 3 wide in the middle because he gets into Stravato. It's Wright's race into 3, and then Stravato just loses the back end, allows Baffert to get by, and Baffert somehow drag races to the line, gets Bailey. Bailey gets 3rd, and then Stravato goes into the wall, and then at the line, Cabot and Golly crash into each other, and Wright gets that 4th win of the season and possibly the points lead. And man, oh man, boys, it doesn't get better than that, ladies and gentlemen. What a race, what a finish. Jeff Wright the winner, Ben Baffert 2nd, Bailey Turner in 3rd. We'll head down to pit road and get post-race interviews for you in a second. Stick around for them, and we'll be right back after a quick commercial break from the Richmond Raceway.
There isn't a one-size-fits-all for almost anything in life. So don't settle for a one-size-fits-all setup. Eliminate the frustration in building with an AI-powered personalized toolkit to boost you forward to victory. Optimize your setup and improve your performance over those cookie-cutter builds used by the rest of the pack. Vantage is iRacing.com's first AI setup builder. Save your time and give back to your personal life. Vantage takes any setup for any track and adjusts it specifically to your needs. Choose from over 100 cars for any paved circuit, a custom-tailored experience that's easy to understand and tested to fit any driver style. Subscriptions as low as $8.50 per month. And for a limited time, new members get a 7-day free trial with unlimited access to all Vantage has to offer. Let Orange Speed Vantage free you of the endless loop of testing and get you back on track to victory lane. Visit Orange...
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs, You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Welcome back to the Richmond Raceway after the conclusion of the Sailor Tarot Magic 150 here from the Richmond Raceway. Boy, oh boy, was it a heck of a finish with Jeff Wright ending up the winner. We'll go down to pit road here where Luke Buffington is standing with third place finisher Bailey Turner.
Yeah, so Bailey, how does it feel to pull a podium finish out of that restart?
Yeah, I mean, purely it was luck with the outside lane. Just getting such a run there and following AJ through. I got to thank AJ for kind of clearing the hole there, and then I got such a run on him on the exit that I ended up hitting back at him and getting him loose, and then Ben got Deller inside, and I thought we were going to be 3 wide there on exit, but I think AJ just got up in the marbles and got loose, unfortunately, and kind of took his finish away. So that was unfortunate, but compared to where I was on that second to last run after I'd burnt my stuff off, definitely happy to come home with a P3 there.
Yeah. And any strategy for next week at Watkins Glen? Anything in particular, or just going to drive it?
Stay on track would be the goal. I think, stay on track and try to find a little bit of pace if I can. Is it the next gen or the Gen 4?
Next gen.
Next gen, yeah. I think it'll be interesting. I enjoy the car track combo, but I swear every time I go to Watkins Glen, I'm a P3 through P5 or 6 guy. So I imagine, finish there, and hopefully some other guys have some bad days and continue to just keep gaining on that points lead.
That's what it's all about. Anybody you want to thank for the finish tonight?
Luck. That'd be a good one. And a tiny bit of talent I got. So yeah, luck, and apologies to AJ for unfortunately ruining his finisher there.
Old Lady Luck.
It's all about. Appreciate your time, Bailey.
Thank you.
That's Bailey Turner, third place finisher. Go down to Bradley Cooper, who's standing down with second place finisher and runner-up Ben Bafford.
Well, Ben Bafford, you pulled kind of that accordion effect here tonight. You went all the way to the back, all the way to the front. You did it, I think, 3 times here tonight. And, I mean, it looked like track position was just king all night long, impossible to pass.
Yeah, it was impossible to pass. Not enough track temp. Car couldn't really get sideways. You could run the whole race as hard as you want to, and somebody saving couldn't pass you just for how bad it is. I mean, Alex says all the time, this track sucks, especially on iRacing, but a good run. I got lucky there at the end. I think I had a solid 5th, 4th place car, but Adam making an interesting call kind of saved me. That caution late, got a chance to make a hard run to the front. Overall, it was a good run. Definitely excited for next week, or we go to a real track.
Ben, it was overall it was a good night though. You were able to put yourself in a situation and try to go for a win when really it seemed like everything was against you tonight. You got up there to the front, accidentally got in the back of Jeff Wright, cost yourself a bunch of time. Good save though, but the tire's just gone at that point. Then you go into the back of the field, almost get caught up in somebody else's deal. You get this restart. And what's going through your head after everybody hits pit road? What was you thinking? A strategy? 2 tires, 4 tires? What was just go for it?
Looking back on it, I definitely should have taken 2 tires. I think I could have gave Jeff a run for his money just because of how long it took everything to really get going back together. But honestly, going into that restart, I just whatever hole was open, I just threw it in there as hard as I possibly could. And I guess it worked because going into 3 there, I stuck Bailey and AJ 3 wide, and that caused them to go up the track. But one for that, I think we're going to finish 4th or 3rd, so I definitely got lucky.
Yeah, and it looked like everybody was doing the same thing, just find a hole and
Oh, yeah.
send it in there. But second place tonight, Ben, congratulations. I know you didn't get any laps led here tonight. It's very frustrating, but do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
Shout out to Watkins Glen. I can't wait to go there next week.
I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next Tuesday at the Glen.
Absolutely.
Second place finisher here tonight, Ben Bafford, and the number 23. And I think Alec Martinez is down there in victory lane with the guy that stole it away.
I am Jeff Wright. You've stolen another one here this season, and going to add to a chance at a second championship in a row, brother. How does it feel to get that 4th one of the season?
Yeah, it feels good. I didn't really expect this to play out like that. I was really just content finishing 3rd there, and didn't really want to see a late race caution. And I hate it for guys like Seth and Adam who are going to battle for the win. It was going to be one of those guys, going for the win there. But the caution flies, and then you have to make a decision. Adam chose to stay out. I was thinking there would be a few cars that would maybe try that, but then when I saw Adam was the only car out there, that's kind of when I changed my mind, and I was like, okay, I think I'm just going to go with 2 tires here. There's probably going to be a lot of 2 tire takers, and surprisingly there wasn't that many. I think me, Yusuf, and maybe a few others, but I was thinking there are going to be a whole lot more 2 tire takers. But so yeah, that's the call we did. We took the 2 tires, and lucky get a fairly decent restart, and some of the guys on 4 didn't get the best of restart, so that kind of led us to get underneath Adam, with those older tires, and then just, from there, just hope for, no more cautions. And thankfully, no more cautions, and we were able to bring home the victory. I think those were the only 2 laps we led all night. So, kind of bittersweet about this one because, you hate to see somebody lose a race like that, especially, Seth and Adam were definitely the guys to beat tonight. But, I've kind of been in that situation too, have a late race caution come out and, kind of, kill your day. So see how that can hurt those guys for sure. But I guess we'll take it, man. We needed the points, and I don't think the points have been updated yet, but I think we're going to be a pretty good spot after these things tallied up.
Well, buddy, I'll tell you this from what I'm reading or what I'm seeing here on the points sheet. You will, in fact, be the points leader. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes, you will be the points leader by 1 point over Yusuf Ghali and 2 points over Adam Cabot heading into Watkins Glen. I need to ask you, how are you feeling about going out to a road course? You won the first one this year at Sonoma, which I would say is probably your playground. But now you go in the next gen to a road course. How do you feel about going out there and trying to win out that race?
Yeah, I like road course racing. I'm definitely better at it in the Gen 4 car like we had earlier this season at Sonoma. The next gen car is not, like I've been saying all year, it's not my greatest car. Coming to road courses, though, it's come to think of it, I don't even know if I've even driven it on the road courses yet, but it's definitely going to, take some work to be competitive there. There's some guys that are really, really good at Watkins Glen. Ben and Yusuf are always really quick, and then can't count out, Adam Cabot, AJ, Bailey, all those guys are really, really good road course racers. So, I'm glad we could get the win tonight because I really don't know how I feel about going to Watkins Glen in the next gen car. So, I'm probably just aiming for a top 5 and trying to keep these, this points battle really tight as we continue on through the next few races. Because, I don't think I'm going to go out and just, win Watkins Glen by any means. Ben Bafford whipped us pretty good last time we were there. So I expect him probably to be the favorite. But, yeah, we're going to go out there, give it all we can, and try to score as many points as we can.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Jeff. Again, congratulations on the win. Is there anybody you want to thank here before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, thank you, broadcast team, for all that you guys do. VSPEED always puts on a great show. All the league admins make this thing happen. All the viewers out there on VSPEED as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in and looking forward to keep this chase rolling.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Jeff. Again, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next week out at the Glen.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate you. And that's Jeff Wright, your winner here for tonight's Sailor Tarot Magic 150. Let's go to our finishing results here from the Richmond Raceway after 150 laps of racing. Actually, a little bit more than that, as we went 154 laps of racing, 4 laps of the scheduled distance, with 5 cautions for 3 lead changes, and Jeff Wright leading 2 laps en route to his 4th victory of the season. Ben Bafford gets a second place finish in a row. Bailey Turner comes home with a third place finish in a row. Angela Ronis comes home with a sneaky but quiet 4th. AJ Servato comes home 5th. Yusuf Gali salvages quite a finish in 6th to at least stay in the top 3 in points. Adam Cabot comes home 7th after dominating the race, but just a missed pit call there. Eric Hutton comes home in 8th. And how about that? Max Cost coming home with a 9th place finish and a top 10. And Cody Atkins comes home in 10th.
11th spot's going to go to Noah Mikowski with Dallas Sullivan in 12th, Alan Dice in 13th, Ray Massey, unfortunate, back in 14th tonight, Ryan Shelton also unfortunate, Seth Hatchell all the way back in 18th there, I just saw it, Chris Simard, Jeremiah Vincent, Gary Sexton did not finish this race, Dennis Faircloth taking an early hiatus, and Joshua Banks looks like maybe a starting park for him, 151 laps down.
Yes, it was a starting park. Boys, what a race we saw here tonight. It was good to see the difference of lanes. Hopefully a little more passing comes by next week. We go left and right at Watkins Glen. Gentlemen, any closing thoughts? Luke, anything from you?
Oh, just really interesting how that last run played out with, 2 tires, people going to the wall, people passing each other left and right. Really just an incredible couple laps at the end there.
Yes, it was an electric finish there from the drivers up front. Bradley, your thoughts on tonight and going into next week?
Well, tonight was what I expected it to be. We got that green-white checker. Guys leaned on each other. Tempers flared. And somebody steals it away in good fashion. You watch a guy dominate a race, and then out of nowhere you have a new leader. Every caution we had here tonight. I wish there was a little more passing going on. I know that's not the driver's fault. It's definitely the track, but these guys adapted and overcame what that was.
Yeah, we love Richmond. It's a cool track, but it has its flaws, as does every other racetrack does. And next week, hopefully you'll join us once again next week for left and right turns in the final road course race of the season in the next gen racing cars for the VSPEED 100 at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. For tonight, myself, Alec Martinez, Bradley Cooper, and Luke Buffington joining the booth here. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of the Sailor Tarot Magic 150. Hopefully you'll join us again next week for the VSPEED 100 at Watkins Glen. Appreciate all of you joining, and remember, if you like what you saw, subscribe, like this video, and we'll see. And stay tuned for all of our other races on the VSPEED channel from all racing series, from trucks, Xfinity cars, and the next gen racing cars. We'll look forward to seeing all of you come back next week and join us for Watkins Glen. Until then, have a safe and wonderful week, and we'll see you next Tuesday night from Watkins Glen International.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Marty's there. Cannot count after 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.